goddess of Achi. In the heart of Igbo land, nestled in the dense forest of Achi, there was an ancient shrine dedicated to Eke-Nwanyi, the serpent goddess. Her legend was whispered in hushed tones, for she was no benevolent deity, but a goddess of trickery and death. Those who ventured too close to her sacred grove often vanished without a trace, their fates unknown. The people of Achi lived in fear of her, for it was said that Eke-Nwanyi could take the form of a beautiful woman with eyes that gleamed like polished obsidian. She would walk among men, charming them with her allure, only to devour their souls without them ever realizing it. Her favorite haunt was the village market, where she blended seamlessly with the crowd. One market day, a young hunter named Obinna returned from the forest with tales of strange occurrences. He claimed to have seen a woman draped in green and gold silk, her head adorned with cowries, gliding through the trees as though her feet never touched the ground. Obinna's voice trembled as he recounted how the woman turned to look at him, her eyes glowing like burning coals. The elders dismissed his story, attributing it to exhaustion or the tricks of the forest spirits. But Obinna was not convinced. He had heard the tales of Eke-Nwanyi since childhood, and he feared he had seen her true form. Days turned to weeks, and strange happenings began to plague the village. Healthy men and women began to waste away, their bodies growing frail while their minds remained sharp. They would often speak of vivid dreams where a woman with serpentine eyes visited them, offering bowls of food they could not resist. No one connected these dreams to their illnesses until it was too late. One fateful evening, Obinna decided to uncover the truth. Armed with his father's ancient charms and a lantern, he ventured into the forbidden grove. The air grew thick with the scent of decay as he approached the shrine. Coiled around the base of a massive iroko tree was a colossal serpent, its scales shimmering like molten gold. Obinna watched in horror as the serpent's form began to shift. Before his eyes, the creature transformed into a stunning woman with skin as smooth as silk and eyes that gleamed with malice. She smiled at him, her voice a melodic whisper. "Obinna," she said, her tone dripping with honey, "why do you seek me? Do you not fear the wrath of Eke-Nwanyi?" Obinna stood frozen, clutching the charm in his hand. "I seek to free my people from your curse, goddess," he managed to say, his voice steady despite the terror coursing through him. The goddess laughed, a sound that echoed through the grove like the hiss of 1,000 snakes. "Free them," she mocked. "Foolish boy. They invited me here with their greed and sacrifices. I am merely fulfilling their desires. They eat from my hand, and in return, I take what is mine." Obinna raised the charm, its light growing brighter as he chanted the incantations his father had taught him. The goddess's laughter turned to a hiss of rage as the charm's light engulfed her. She writhed and twisted, her form flickering between woman and serpent. But as the light grew brighter, Obinna felt a sudden chill. The goddess's voice echoed in his mind. "You may banish me, but I am eternal. Wherever greed and fear dwell, there I will be." With a final piercing scream, Eke-Nwanyi vanished, leaving the grove silent and still. Obinna stumbled back to the village, his body weak, but his spirit strong. He told the elders what had happened, and they decreed that the shrine be sealed forever. Though the goddess was gone, her warning lingered. The people of Achi learned to live humbly, avoiding greed and deceit, for they knew that the serpent goddess was always watching, waiting for the chance to return. And on certain nights, when the moon hung low and the forest whispered secrets to the wind, The villagers swore they could hear the hiss of a serpent, reminding them of the evil that once walked among them. Months passed after Obinna's brave encounter with Eke-Nwanyi, and the village of Achi seemed to return to a fragile normalcy. The strange illnesses stopped, and the eerie dreams ceased. The elders had declared the grove forbidden, and the villagers avoided it like the plague. However, Obinna was restless. He knew that banishing the goddess did not mean she was truly gone. One night, Obinna had a dream. He found himself standing in a vast, dark plain surrounded by slithering shadows. In the center of the plain was Eke-Nwanyi, her human form shimmering faintly, her serpentine eyes glowing with malevolent hunger. "You think you've won, little hunter?" she whispered, her voice echoing in his mind. "I am bound to this land, and the fear of your people gives me strength. You've only delayed the inevitable." Obinna woke drenched in sweat, clutching the charm his father had given him. He knew this was not over. The goddess was waiting for an opening, a weakness in tonight.